In Module 4, Lesson 6, we're going to look at order of operations. So if we have only addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, we would be evaluating multiplication and division first. And they are evaluated in the order from left to right. This is very important. It is not multiplication and then division. It is multiplication and division at the same time as they appear from left to right. So if division is shown first, you'll do division first. If multiplication is shown first from left to right, you'll do multiplication first. And the operations that are always evaluated last, addition and subtraction, and they are also from left to right, in the same way that multiplication and division are. So let's practice. If we have 4 plus 2 times 7, we must do 2 times 7 first. So 4 plus 14, which is 18. 36 divided by 3 times 4. Remember, it is not multiplication first and then division. It is multiplication and division in order from left to right. So we're doing 36 divided by 3 first, which is 12. Then times 4, and 12 times 4 is 48. Then in number 3, we have subtraction and multiplication. Multiplication comes first. So we'll do 5 times 2, which is 10, and 20 minus 10 is 10. Next, we're going to look at the 4 operations and now include exponents. The operation that is evaluated first when you have exponents is exponents. Then we will do multiplication and division. From left to right. And then addition and subtraction are last, from left to right. All right, so if we then do the problem, the exponent is first. So we have 4 plus 9 squared. 9 squared is 9 times 9, which is 81. And you'll notice that I rewrote the rest of the problem. 4 plus 81 divided by 3 times 2 minus 2. Our next step then is multiplication and division from left to right. Well, the first thing I encounter is division, 81 divided by 3. So that is the part that I have to do next. And 81 divided by 3 is 27. And I'll rewrite the rest of the problem just so I can clearly see what I have left. And what I have left is addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So my multiplication problem comes next. 27 times 2 is 54. And again, I rewrite the rest so I know what I have left. I have addition and subtraction. So I will do the problems from left to right. 4 plus 54 is 58, minus 2 equals 56. Now we'll practice. First problem we have is 90 minus 5 squared times 3. So we'll need to do our exponents first. And 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25, times 3. Now we have to do our multiplication. 25 times 3 is 75. And then we will subtract, and 90 minus 75 is 15. And in exercise 5, we have exponents, addition, and multiplication. So our exponent comes first, and 4 to the third power is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64, plus 2 times 8. Then we'll do our multiplication, and 2 times 8 is 16. And finally, we'll add the two numbers together, and that will give us 80. Now we'll add parentheses to the mix. Consider a family of 4 that goes to a soccer game. Tickets are $5 each. The mom also buys a soft drink for $2. How would you write this expression? This particular expression would be 4 times 5 and then plus 2. And the outing will cost $22. Now let's consider a different scenario. The family goes to the game like before, but each of the family members wants a drink. How would we write that expression? Well, we have a family of 4, and each person would cost $5, as well as a drink for each person, which is $2. Now, why would we add the 5 and 2 first? We add 5 plus 2 first because each person in the family has to pay for a ticket as well as a drink. So each person is going to cost $5 for the ticket plus $2 for the drink, or $7. Now this outing then will cost $28. 4 times 5 plus 2 is 28. How many groups are there? There are 4 groups. And each group is $7. Now let's practice. In exercise 6, we have 2 plus the quantity 9 squared minus 4. Remember, we do what's inside the parentheses first. And inside the parentheses, there are exponents and subtraction. So we also have to follow the order of operations inside the parentheses. So what I have then is 9 squared, which is 81, minus 4, inside parentheses. I don't remove the parentheses until I have actually solved everything inside it. So next I will do 81 minus 4, which is 77. And then finally, I add 2 and 77 and get 79. Then in number 7, you'll notice that we're representing the multiplication with a dot. We're trying to move away from the x representing multiplication because x could be confused with the letter x since we are starting to work with variables. So what we have then is 2 times 13 plus 5 minus 14 divided by 3 plus 4, which was inside parentheses, so we had to do it first. We can have parentheses inside parentheses. We work from the inside out. So then in our rewritten expression, we still have parentheses. We also, inside the parentheses, have addition, subtraction, and division. So we'll need to do the division problem first. And when we do the division and then rewrite our problem, we see that now we have 2 times 13 plus 5 minus 2. And again, we'll need to do the parentheses, but we have addition and subtraction only left. So we're going to do that problem from left to right, since addition and subtraction are at the same time. And 13 plus 5 is 18 minus 2. So now we will have 2 times 16, which is 32. And then in example 4, we have expressions with parentheses and exponents. And they're asking us which value we will evaluate first within the parentheses. And obviously, we're going to evaluate 4 to the second power. So 4 to the second power is equal to 16. Then we'll evaluate the rest of the expression. And the rest of the expression, what we have right now is 2 times 3 plus 16. And 3 times 16 is 48. 2 times 48 is 96. To continue on, they're asking us, what do you think will happen when the exponent in this expression is outside the parentheses? And will the answer be the same? Well, if the exponent is outside of the parentheses, that would mean that we have to do the parentheses first. Remember, the order is parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So we do have to do what's inside the parentheses first before we can do the exponent. And then they ask, will the answer be the same? Which should we evaluate first? Well, let's go ahead and evaluate it. We would have 2 times 3 times 4 inside the parentheses, which we have to do first, which is being raised to the second power. Now please notice the exponent is outside of the parentheses, meaning that the exponent relates to the parentheses, whatever is inside the parentheses, not this multiplication. Okay, we don't want to miss that, because remember, the order was parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. So we cannot multiply 2 times 12 before we raise 12 to the second power. What we have then is 2 times 12 to the second power, which is 144. And our final answer is 288. This is very tricky, and if you don't follow it letter by letter every single time, you can get some very wrong answers. Let's practice. We have 7 plus 12 minus 3 squared inside parentheses. So we need to do what's inside the parentheses first. Now, inside the parentheses, we have two different operations. We have we have subtraction, and we have exponents. So exponents come first, and this exponent is on the 3 only. It's not outside of the parentheses, remember? So 3 squared is 9. Then we do what's inside the parentheses. 12 minus 9 is 3, and 7 plus 3 is 10. Now notice in exercise 9, we have the same numbers, but the exponent is outside of the parentheses. So now what we're going to do is the problem inside parentheses first, and you'll notice that I am leaving that number in parentheses because the exponent is outside of the parentheses. So until I solve the exponent part, I need to keep everything that's inside the parentheses still inside the parentheses. So next we do our exponent. 9 squared is 81. And then finally, 7 plus 81 is 88. In review, first of all, a numerical expression is a number or any combination of sums, differences, products, or divisions of numbers that evaluates to a number. There are no variables in a numerical expression.